farm, I was working, my husband was overseas, but you know, you only get, salaries were not much more than a little over 10 cents an hour for
Yeah,
anybody
sure.
in those days. Okay, so I had to get a job, and I worked in a dime store,
You worked in, I'm sorry?
a dime store,
Okay.
a 10-cent
Yeah.
store, or whatever you call it.
Yeah.
It wasn't a dime store, but it was a store in Rockwell City that would like, be like a dime
Convenience
store.
store.
Okay, and so this farmer, what were they called them? They were called them, no, I lost it. The name of the man that hired
Oh, the manager?
The hired
the country
hand.
school. I'll think.
Oh,
of it.
the
Superintendent?
No, no, this was a little county, you know, you had school every 2 miles.
Yeah. Mhm.
So
Yeah.
he was I lost it.
School board president or?
He was I'll think of it later
Supervisor?
on. Just put a blank there.
Sure, sure. Okay, so this is after you were at the dime store then?
Yeah, this man came in and asked me if I'd be his teacher. So I didn't have to ask for the job, he asked me.
Yeah.
And so then I taught there 2 years. And then because I was there and knew that I liked my teaching, I decided that I would go to college while my husband was overseas. So in the 4 years that he was over, took my little daughter and enrolled her in the elementary school where the teachers and the nurses and doctors put their children so that when students came to go to college,
Mhm.
they could enroll their children, and that way their children were very well protected.
And
while they were-
is this at the University of
Yeah,
Iowa?
University of
Okay,
Iowa.
and I know exactly what school you're talking about.
Okay.
My dormitory was right next to
You
it.
what?
My dormitory was right next to it.
Kidding.
Nope.
It was called the University
Yeah.
Experimental School.
Yeah, uh-huh.
And then my little daughter was a little student.
Oh, that building's still there.
Is it still
Oh,
there?
yeah, oh,
Was
yeah,
that right?
oh, yeah.
Oh, she loved it.
I'll be darned.
Yes.
Well, it's not a school anymore.
No, I knew it.
But but when I was there, it was
Perfect.
the College of Social Work.
Okay.
And I majored in social work for a little while, so
Yeah.
I've been in that building.
It was so
Okay.
perfect.
Uh-huh.
So then she went to the experimental school and she met a couple that liked her very much because they were from Moline, Illinois.
Uh-huh.
And so they enjoyed her. So then one day we would go to the name of the place you eat, say it. You can say it better than I can.
Like a diner?
The-
Cafeteria? Oh, cafeteria.
Cafeteria,
Yeah, but it was
the
down
student
on the
union?
river.
Student union.
But the student union.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Okay, thank you.
Uh-huh. Well, I went there, so I know it.
He knows he's seeing a picture.
They would bring them down and she would meet me
Oh.
to eat. So she said, today, Mommy, I'm bringing you somebody, I want you to meet my
Oh.
friends and Nelson's. So they hired me to go to Moline.
And teach there.
That's how I started.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
so
So
people
you
have found
graduated
you-
and then you went to Moline to start
Yeah.
teaching?
I didn't graduate. No, I just went to college and kept putting on my degrees.
Okay.
And I didn't get my college till a little bit later,
Okay.
but I continued, and then I graduated actually and got my college degree from Storm Lake Buena Vista.
Okay.
So, I mean, I had a lot of work in between to do
Sure.
besides teaching.
And that was obviously before a 4-year degree was required to teach.
Yes, but now, then the 4-year was required.
Right.
And then I ended up teaching 9 years with the special child.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. And then you also went to Drake, right?
Yeah, I went to Drake and I went to, when I was in Moline, Illinois, what did I say the other name of the place was? County.
University of, in Rockwell City.
You gotta help me here. You
Palmer.
you young folks have.
Yeah. Oh, you're assuming I have a memory.
Yeah.
That'd be your first
Where
mistake.
did I say? Oh, Moline, Illinois.
Yeah.
Oh, Galena,
Then
okay. Uh-huh.
Moline is Quad
Moline.
City.
Moline, oh, yes,
So
yes,
then
yes,
I
I'm
went to
sorry.
Davenport to college.
Uh-huh.
I have one subject from St. Ambrose.
Oh, for heaven's
So I
sake.
mean, I picked up the balance of my degree.
Yeah.
By leaps and bounds
Yeah.
and pieces. But I finally got it.
But most of your jobs were from someone coming to you.
Pardon?
Most of your jobs that you got were someone coming to ask you
Yes.
to teach.
I mean,
Yeah.
I never had to apply.
No.
Sure.
Except the last job, teaching the special children. I did apply, but the man that,
And what school was that?
in Lake City, Iowa.
Lake City, Iowa, okay.
And then I taught 9 years there, right in Lake City.
Yeah, okay.
I was on the staff there.
Now, what I want to do, Mrs. Owen,
You didn't know Tibbetts, Mr. Tibbetts.
Mr. Tibbetts.
Tom Tibbetts. He was my principal.
Oh,
Oh,
in
okay.
Lake City?
In
Okay.
Lake City.
Okay. I actually knew Tom Tibbetts, but he was my age in Des Moines, so, and it was parochial school. It was a boyhood friend of mine.
Oh,
And
weird.
his name was Tom Tibbetts?
Uh-huh.
Weird.
You're kidding, well,
No.
I think there's only one, I think they'd be relation. Tom
Could
Tibbetts
be.
had a son that was over at Fort Dodge.
Oh, for heaven's
In
sakes.
in the hospital. He was the administrator of the hospital in Fort Dodge.
Oh, well, I'll be darned.
He was Tom Tibbetts'
Huh,
son.
okay.
Interesting.
Well, yeah, that is
Well,
something.
wasn't Tom Tibbetts also in that horrible bombing somewhere in it was that horrible, it would be somewhere close to Lake City.
Mm.
And he was the pilot in the, Hiroshima?
Hiroshima, uh-huh.
Hiroshima,
Uh-huh.
Hiroshima.
Oh, for heaven's sakes.
If
He
you
was
look that
there.
up,
I will, I most
and
certainly will.
I'm not sure.
Maybe that was
if
his
it
father.
was a-
Well,
He
Mrs.
was a relative of Tom Tibbetts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, and Tibbet, I don't think is a very common name, but,
No.
Yeah, I think.
Mrs. Owen, what I want to do,
Pardon?
what I want to do for our readers is sort of have you walk them through the experience of a one-room schoolhouse.
That's very interesting.
Yeah, now,
Because
we've got, I want to make sure I've got this right. You've spent 4 years at one, how many years total did you spend in
I
one?
spent 2 years at each school.
2 years in Calhoun County?
No, 4 years in Calhoun County. No, because I taught later on than after World War II in Calhoun. No, that wasn't Calhoun County, that would be,
Pomeroy
no, it would be where?
in
It would be,
Manson?
It was still Calhoun County.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pomeroy was one-room school, right?
My first experience was one-room school.
And was that in Pomeroy?
That was out in Calhoun County.
Okay, rural County.
And that, what'd you call it? It was Sherman
Sherman.
Township.
Sherman Township, okay.
Is where and
Okay.
there was another, Twin Lakes Township, that was
Twin
it.
Lakes, that's right.
Twin Lakes Township and Sherman Township.
And those were those the two school, one-room schools you taught at?
And then I taught over by Pomeroy, close to out of Rockwell City.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't think of what the township was.
Oh, that's fine. I mean, to me, that's not as important. So a total of 4 years you spent in one-room schools?
I spent 4 years and 2 years, 6 years
Okay, a total of 6 years.
In a one-room school.
in a
Yep.
one-room school.
Yep.
In one-room schools. Okay. Now, tell me about your regular day
In the school,
in the one-room schools.
you had to go in and there was Ruby Melody was the superintendent and we had to have an opening exercise and that was about a 15-minute, I don't remember if it was 15 minutes, it was the beginning, I think that would make it sensible, would that be
15,
very
20
long?
minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
15 minutes?
Sure.
Yep.
Would tell us, read a little story. We had to read a little story for our opening exercise, or
Mhm.
our opening day, beginning of the day.
Uh-huh.
And then we began with our little studies. But I had about 4 little kindergarten girls, or children. One 8th grade, 7th grader. You'd have to count them out because, it doesn't make any difference.
One 8th grader?
And one 7th grader,
Okay.
and that was the first year.
Uh-huh.
And,
So you just had a total of 5 students that first year?
no, I had more than that, but I'm trying to tell you.
Oh, sure.
What grades they're in?
Grades they're in, let me see. I think I had 12 or 13 students that
Total,
first year.
yeah.
Okay,
But I had some in between there.
Yeah.
Like
sure.
second, third grade, yeah.
okay. And so you started with the opening exercise by reading a book.
Yeah, and then you just started the way you did the regular classroom, your math, your reading, and I don't remember just the order anymore.
That's all right.
You don't care in language.
No, it's language, yeah, go on.
Language, and my special was creative writing, but I did that on my own. I got old magazines, and of course the magazines you want to remember were good magazines.
Oh, yeah.
those days.
Uh-huh.
Nothing-
Yeah.
Nothing
Yeah.
bad.
I have to
Yeah,
tell that now
yeah.
because, so I have those brought in on Friday, and then on Friday we always had creative writing. and then they could, look through they choose a magazine,
Mhm.
run through the magazine and find a beautiful picture that they like, and then they'd write a creative story.
Oh, nice.
So that was my beginning. And I did that, see, I taught country school before I was married, and then when my first teaching experience during World War II was country school.
Uh-huh.
How'd you organize your day, like with different grades? Like how did you give each grade a specific time?
Yeah, and
Okay.
the other would have exercise, you know,
Okay.
their homework.
Okay. And then while they were waiting to have you teach them, would they do like independent work?
They did their independent
Okay,
work just
okay.
from the classroom instructor.
Was that
So-
hard to plan?
No.
No? Okay.
I didn't, and I just knew it.
You just knew it.
Oh, boy.
I'm just thinking, how
Isn't
is
it almost like juggling 17 balls in the air?
No, because I just liked it so well, and I was so happy that
Yeah.
it just worked out for me. I was just naturally
You
able to do it. And there's not everything that I can do naturally,
Yeah.
but I
That
can
is-
teach naturally. I didn't have to have a book there to look in the book to find out what I was gonna do next.
It all came to you so
It
easily.
just came to me, and if there was something in your studies, this was later in the country school later. Oh, and then I taught 8 years at a Catholic school, to do that,
Okay.
3rd and 4th grade. That was my most exciting experience because we were in the 98th percentile rank.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
Oh,
Of the
my.
kids.
Yeah, and they were all excellent students. I had 3rd, 4th grade, and they were 10 in each grade.
Wow.
And I taught there for 8 years.
Good grief. That's really impressive, Mrs. Owen. Well, so Mrs. Owen, you had to juggle a lot of different things, but it came naturally to you.
It just came naturally.
Right. But so did you have to when you opened the school? Did you have to like stoke up a fireplace or a stove or anything
No,
like that?
the
But then-
good old farmers,
Uh-huh.
and the one little boy that was a single boy in the family,
Uh-huh.
that his dad would come, and so then I hired him at 10 cents, I think,
Okay.
to start the fire on Monday morning. Otherwise, they soaked.
They put what?
Soaking
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so the dad would come over with him and stoke the fire, or I mean, not stoke the fire, start the fire
Uh-huh.
on Monday morning,
Uh-huh.
and it would be warm by the time I got there.
And you paid him 10 cents?
I think it was probably.
Okay. Money well spent.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I was thinking.
One of those stresses that you don't have to think about.
A great
The
budgetary.
reason that, when you say that, it's not funny, because that's the year my dad lost his farm.
Oh,
Oh, my
for
goodness.
heaven's
And then my salary supplied them with their life.
Wow.
Yeah.
Says the teaching.
What
Wow.
what year did you start teaching?
It was I graduated 1930, was it 31?
31, we
wasn't it?
decided, yep.
I think I
Yep.
graduated 31,
Uh-huh.
Yep.
And so you started teaching right away?
right away.
Okay, 1931.
Well, I went to college 31 and 32.
Right.
And 32, you came
And then
home.
came home and started 32. That was the year Roosevelt was elected.
Okay.
Oh
Boy, a lot of things happened that year.
I
huh?
know.
Yeah, it was.
It's a big year.
And it was a blizzard the day that, I only lived or taught about probably, I would imagine about 6 miles from my home. But the blizzard came and I couldn't go to vote because they voted in the central school. They called it center school. And it was such a bad, I had to stay at the home of the director. You heard stories of those. They put me in the cold bedroom without a stove.
It was
And I
cold.
was there all night with no
Heat.
Oh my
I
gosh.
don't know how I
Survived.
around.
Yeah.
It was the
Oh.
coldest.
I
It
can
was the worst
imagine.
blizzard. Well, you know, they're, they're almost, the voting booths were almost full.
Yeah,
Oh.
because nobody could get there.
Oh my
So I
gosh.
didn't get to go home. I
So that was the year that you weren't able to vote for Roosevelt or Hoover?
Yeah, whichever one you want.
Whichever one you wanted.
I don't, all I remember is
Who's not
Roosevelt.
telling?
Yeah.
I was thinking you probably voted for Roosevelt.
Yeah.
I'm
What-
sure I did.
Yeah.
But guess what? I've changed a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, back and
Back and
forth.
Okay, sure,
Now-
sure.
Yeah, now it's
Yeah.
not the same.
Yeah, I get that. Now, my grandmother was a staunch Democrat.
Yes.
And when my mom was born in 33.
30.
She only knew Roosevelt as
Yeah.
president, up until she was, in
Well,
high
he's
school.
been there so long.
Yeah.
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 That's all we ever knew.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so how would you have the fire going on Tuesday through Friday then?
If you what?
How would you have that stove still burning on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday,
Oh,
Friday?
every morning you had to put a hunk of coal in.
Okay, so you
But
have,
I did that.
okay, so,
But that little boy that was the farmer's son would always help me.
Okay.
He had a coal bucket and he'd help push,
Every-
you know, we just throw that hunk of coal in.
Did
Those
you-
hunks of coal were really big in those.
yeah. Did you have electricity in this, no electricity?
No,
did
no electricity, no lights, no bathroom, no boiling water, no
Gosh.
nothing. No, not even a porch.
So what'd you do like if there were storms? Just lived it. You just
Pray.
she survived.
She would pray. I'm here.
You're here, yeah. Nothing.
So
We
very
know the end
true.
of the story.
Well, so with your, no electricity, you obviously had to have like kerosene lamps or something like that?
You didn't need a lamp because you were just there during the 9 from
The
9 to
sunlight.
4.
Okay,
Or,
okay.
you know, a little less.
Sure.
Did you have candles or
But the
anything?
winter time,
No,
the
no.
winter-
Can get dark.
No,
Winter,
no,
There was
it
enough-
didn't get dark.
There was enough daylight.
There was enough
Okay.
daylight at 4 o'clock when the children went
Oh,
home.
sure
Okay.
there was, sure. Okay.
I'd stay till about 5 and then I'd drive home.
What'd they do for lunch?
You bring your dinner.
Your own
pail.
lunch. Okay. They bring a
Everybody
dinner
brought their
pail.
What was usually in a dinner pail?
Pardon?
What was usually in a dinner pail?
Oh, just a sandwich, a bread and butter sandwich with like peanut butter and a pickle. My mother put a green pickle with the peanut butter.
From the farm garden.
From the probably from the garden.
What?
Was it probably from the garden? Like a
Oh,
pickled?
sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everything was from the garden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Home baked bread.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then there was always fruit. And, you know, they could give a little, they could have a jelly jar.
A jelly jar?
We didn't have anything from the dime store. There was
Yeah.
no dime store then.
Yeah.
Wow.
Is that what the kids would pack too? Something
Yeah,
similar
yeah,
to
they had a
that?
regular dinner pail.
Okay.
It was a regular dinner pail, like the farmer or you people would work, the men that go out on
Yep.
Yeah.
well, they don't do it today.
Yeah.
No.
Did they always would talk about bringing like a warm potato?
No.
No, nobody ever did that. No.
Okay.
No.
My goodness. So, your students came from about 2 miles apart, is that
Yeah,
correct?
because see, the schools were
It was
all
spaced
2
2
miles.
miles,
apart.
right,
Yeah, we
right.
didn't cross into it. We were, I think Sherman, no, we were, I'm trying, one of them was Sherman number 6, but I can't think what the other one was.
Yeah, the numbers.
Right now.
But they each had a number.
Yeah.
Each
Yeah,
school.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah, actually, Deb and I did a story a couple of years ago on one-room schools.
Oh, okay.
And at one time, there were over 14,000 one-room schools in Iowa.
Wow.
Today, there are about 2,000 left.
Yeah.
Some of them have been renovated to be museums, others
Cool.
have been renovated to be homes. Some are in great disrepair, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But fascinating, just fascinating.
Yeah.
And actually, I'll give you the website so you can show your
Sure,
family
okay.
when you've left.
Okay.
Because I think you might like seeing the store.
Some of
story
those
we wrote 2 years
schools.
ago.
Some of they went around and did pictures of all the one-room school homes.
Yeah,
Oh, we
I
loved
can
it.
see.
Yeah.
I
Oh, you
can't see.
can't see, no, that's right.
Okay. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can't see or, I.
I'll
that's
read
a-
it to
it's
you.
a-
Yeah.
It's really sad
Yeah.
that you can't, but I don't know all that about it.
Yeah.
You know what? When I'm going to give you this, because this is the story you can read too. Right?
Okay.
But do that when we're taking off. So
Yeah.
That,
Okay.
You'd love to.
I've got just the general information about
Yeah,
the interview
yep,
here, but
yeah.
then start then. there.
I
Okay.
like to hear things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I miss that very.
Yeah.
I miss the news now and, I
Just the
miss
current events. Yeah, that are fun.
But you don't allow it to overcome you though.
No,
You
no.
just don't dare.
Well, I
Because I've
see
got a
that.
full life
Yes, you
with my trials.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of those.
But your school was all brick, wasn't it? Was the school made out of brick?
Oh, no,
Was
the
all-
first
oh,
one
the
was
first
wood.
wood. Okay.
And then the center school that I taught in center school, that was brick.
Okay.
The first brick school in Calhoun County.
Is that right?
Yes.
Was that also
It's
a,
still there.
is that also the one-room school, or is that?
Yeah, it was a one-room
Okay.
school. But it had a basement and the furnace was in the basement.
Oh, how nice.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And we could go down to the basement and have well, if it was a rainy day, we could play ball or, play games
Outside.
for
Yeah.
our recess
Yeah.
instead of, and then it had the what do you call it, the chemical toilet.
Okay, yeah, First,
I didn't realize that.
How long was the school day?
I used to say
9 to 4.
9 to 4.
Okay.
And guess what, I can remember, I went to school, to the country school for the, when I was 5 years old. And in those days, they would send you in the spring of the year, in April, and you could go to school from April till May. And I did that, and I had a marvelous, marvelous Mennonite teacher. She was the best Mennonite teacher you could ever have, and I got to do that in the spring of the year. And she taught us 2 songs. Good morning to you, good morning to you, we're all in our place with sunshiny faces. Oh, this is a day, oh, this is a way to make, oh, this is, wait, oh, she left it up. This is a way to make a new day. And then let us put our books away, study time is over. Daily tripping, homework skipping, soon we'll be up late. And that late taught us those.
All those little
and that made
poems.
me so-
Yeah.
Somebody turned our lights on.
yeah.
Wow, they.
You can go trim on again, not unless it happened outside. Because it's quite heated. Well, you, if the electricity went off, you're in.
I've got,
No, there's lights over.
yeah, no, I'm okay, I'm on a battery,
Okay.
so we don't need to worry about me
The
whatsoever.
lights are right here on the front of it. Did the lights just go off?
went out.
Huh,
If you see that lady that's walking around, ask her why.
well, you and I can keep talking anyway,
Okay, all right.
we'll let them fix it. So, do you remember your very first day teaching?
Whatever that was, it works. Oh, I think.
I think I would, I had been to State University of Iowa. And so I mean, I came home just so thrilled and so filled with enthusiasm that I had my room all decorated, you know,
Uh-huh.
for the kids. And it was, of course, those children were all children of parents that I knew. So they were all my little friends too, plus 2, I had 1 child of my own there.
What did you use for like supplies? Like what did you use for like daily work? Like, did you have pencils or you probably didn't
Oh, yeah,
have
we had
chalkboards
pencils,
or?
no. And we did creative art because I got that. See, I took creative art in State University, so I used that for the children. We never used color books. We did everything as creative.
Freehand,
Okay.
yeah.
In fact, Lake City, I shouldn't tell them, I do.
Please do.
When I worked in Lake City, I had the special children, and the special children absolutely weren't able to hardly do anything.
Yeah.
So I decided to use my creative art that I had learned in State University, and I used that to teach my children. And so we did everything. We learned about the sky, the moon, the stars, the doors outside by drawing it and using it in artwork. And that's what I think is important to little
Yeah.
special children.
Yes,
Creative art.
Creative art.
The horizon, they didn't know what the horizon was. And that was so interesting to them. It was, I don't know what I started out to tell you. Oh, our art was then, we made our bulletin boards. But I don't want to tell this on Lake City, but they were still using colors, the old-fashioned crayons, and just doing colors with coloring pictures.
Yeah. They didn't have a lot of extra supplies.
Betty Unick was over at the high school, and she was her husband was what do you call it when you teach geography in your social
Oh,
science?
history, yeah.
Sure.
Social science. Okay, she said to me, Terry, we're doing a Lake City bulletin for the whole town, and we want a pretty bulletin board, so we're choosing yours. The
Oh,
special education
wow.
bulletin is on the Lake City
like yearbook.
brochure.
Brochure.
Oh.
Wow. That's really
But they
nice.
didn't give me credit for it.
Oh, no.
They just.
They
put it
took
on
the
there.
credit for it.
Well, they didn't say anything.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
means they took the credit.
Yeah, they
for
took
it.
the credit. And here it was your kids.
Wow. So, Mrs. Owen, what was again, thinking in terms of the one school, one-room school, what was your what was your favorite memory from that? Do you have a favorite
And we
memory?
have the high school, or the country school.
Yeah.
It was it was always just a one little wooden school, but it was always warm and comfortable. And I was happy to go in, and it was like it belonged to me. And the nuns had a little miniature organ that was folded into like a box, so they gave me the organ. And then I could, of course, I had taken piano lessons from the nuns,
Mhm.
and so they allowed me to use that. And so we had our plays and our songs and everything with that little organ. And to me, the Christmas programs were the most.
Yeah.
Oh, tell me about
That
that.
wasn't most fun. It was, we had a
Just
Christmas
enjoyable.
program.
Yeah.
Tell me
They
about
were
that.
creative. We did regular programs for the parents. And we'd always, on our day when we had, what do you call it when you have the afternoon where you build things and you paint things and you give parents your, on Friday afternoon.
Or just like a craft time.
Craft
Yeah.
Craft time?
Well, we didn't call it that, we called it something, I don't know what we called it. And so we made, we took pop cans and made it, scraping on a no box. We covered it, and then we put those pop can lids upside down and made a place to scrape their feet.
Oh, for heaven's
Oh.
sake.
At home.
A doormat.
A
Like a,
doormat.
like a
Yeah,
doormat.
door.
Doors like a scraper.
Scraper.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
interesting.
Sure,
And the parents were so
Thrilled.
I'm sure.
Their floors
that's-
weren't dirty
that's-
anymore.
That was the
Yeah,
gift they
we
made
had
for
to
you.
Yeah, for their parents.
Sure.
Yeah.
Were you also in charge of cleaning up the schoolroom?
Oh, yes.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
tell me about that.
Yeah, well, that was, I learned that in Catholic school.
How to clean.
You know, in the Catholic school, you had to do everything too.
Yeah, this is true.
But I think a lot of I should give my nuns the credit for that. My
For your
teaching
work
ability.
ethic, yeah.
But whatever.
Yeah. Did you like being in charge of your own space?
Oh, I did.
Yeah,
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 I love
that
it.
would be nice. I can imagine.
I just, if I could have had that first school, it was the most ideal school. The
Yeah.
second school was harder.
Yeah.
Because the children they weren't able to, they were not background parents that would help their children as much. And it was just not as,
Easy,
yeah,
or
it
just
was a little
enjoyable.
harder
Yeah,
to
it was a little.
be
Well,
creative.
you know, Mrs. Owen,
But I told her a
Yeah.
story about the second school.
Yeah.
Mrs. Owen, that resonates to this very day.
Yeah.
The need for parental involvement, and I'm sure you talked to your granddaughter, and she probably pulls her hair out
Yeah.
for lack of parental involvement. Why is parental involvement so important?
Say that again.
Why is parental involvement so important in the education of the
I
student?
didn't hear the word.
Parental.
Like parents. Why are parents
Oh.
so
Why are parents so
needed?
important? I'm sorry.
Oh, parents are
Yeah.
terrifically important for children.
Yeah.
What's that?
I don't know. It gives them the security and a base,
Yeah.
something to stand on.
Yeah.
You have to have a base, a firm place to stand when you go through life.
Yeah.
And their parents are it.
Mhm.
And they were totally involved in each other, the parents. They were farmer parents. But it was permanent,
Yeah.
it was perfect.
Well, so why is it so important that parents be involved with the children's education?
It's their life, it's just a natural. It's something that should never be with,
Not a question that it
there's
should
no
be.
question.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, so I'm sorry, what was the difference between your first school and your second school? The first school, you had parents involved.
And the parents in the second school,
Mhm.
the parents were not as caring for each other.
Why is that?
They were not involved in their marriage, probably plan
Uh-huh.
in a comfortable, happy way. I think I have to be, well, no, they're all dead now, so it won't make a difference. The only thing is, I
We won't
do know
offend
that
anybody.
there was difference. And there were kids coming and going, moving. In the first school, it was very secure, and very stable, and all parents, everybody was together. It was in the, during World War II, I had a school like that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, the parents were,
Involved.
I did that second, I wish you wouldn't put that second, because during World War II, those people are all still alive.
Yeah.
Well, that's a compliment, though.
No,
Yeah.
but I mean, to say that the second school that I taught in, the parents
Oh,
were not, just skip
yeah.
that. I don't want that, because.
Did they have a lot of outside stresses? Like this, like in that second school, like why they weren't involved?
Probably.
Okay.
Okay.
It was like probably marriage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think they had like financial farm?
No, I don't think so.
Just their own
Well,
dynamics.
I think in those days, yes, it was depression.
Yeah.
But everybody
Yeah.
was in
There
the
you go.
same boat.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But in my, after World War II, during World War II, that school was beautiful too, out in Calhoun County. It wasn't Calhoun County, it was, I wish I knew, but.
What's the county? In Manson?
No, it was over by Rocky.